Hello, 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 and welcome to the Dr. Wynn Global Show. I am your host, Dr. Wynn, and I make winners. I'm a licensed professional counselor and the divorce prevention specialist. And today's show is about the question, how do you get the spark back into your relationship? Today's show is the relationship spark. So I'm super excited. We're going to give you some keys that you can use today to help improve your relationship. You can put these in your relationship and positively impact your relationship today. So we'll be talking about those. I'll be bringing on my special guest host, Her Majesty Kim Anderson, Ms. Black Globe International of 2024. We're going to be talking about the cinnamon. Yeah, we'll tell you about that in a few moments, right after these messages.
Get ready to praise. The international gospel musician Teps David is coming to Brooklyn, New York to record his live album, The Journey, live in New York. Alongside the gospel sensation, Once More 6, Mo, Mabongi, and Butletela. 6 July 2024, Restoration Temple Assemblies of God in Brooklyn, New York. This is a show you won't want to miss. Tickets are on sale at $30 on Eventbrite or $40 at the door. Doors open at 5 p.m. A once-in-a-lifetime experience powered by Africa US Radio and Teps David Ministries.
Oh, yes, I'm super excited about that. Hello, hello, welcome back, welcome back. Here you see her, ladies and gentlemen. Our special guest is Her Majesty, the reigning 2024 Ms. Black Globe International, Kim Anderson. Hello, Your Majesty.
Greetings, Dr. Wynn, and happy belated birthday.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You look marvelous.
Oh, so do you.
Thank
Man,
you.
I'm always loving the crown and the sash. I'm absolutely loving it. Absolutely
Thank
love
you.
it. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Hope you can do that the next time you come on too. Make sure you
I
got that.
will.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Let me tell you a little bit about this lady. Her Majesty Kim Anderson was the previous reigning Miss Black Globe United States, and she was previously Miss Black Arizona. This lady has done it all. She is an awesome speaker, trainer, and she has a business, Reign Your Highness coaching, pageant coaching, and etiquette coaching. So what we're going to do later down in the show, I'm going to get out the way, and she's going to give us some beauty tips, ladies. So I mean, what better to get some beauty tips from, an international beauty queen? So that's going to be awesome. That'll be later on in the show. Right now, as I promised after the break, we're going to do 3 keys that help you impact your relationship right now. So, Your Majesty, is it okay if I just kind of take over a minute and share these 3 keys, then you come on back and talk to me about them?
Please do. Absolutely.
All right, all right. So, let me tell you, as a professional counselor and relationship coach for many years, I've served thousands of people, helping them, especially those, get into their healthy, whole, fulfilling relationships. And so, one of the things that I've identified that quickly helps people to build better relationships, there are 3 E's. So, 3 E's. The first E is emotions. Now, on one half, oftentimes my ladies have emotions, and their emotions are wide ranging, and they're up and down, and they're everywhere, and they go and they go. It's Your emotions are a gift. So someone makes you feel bad about your emotions because they don't understand that your emotions are a gift. They allow you to be more sensitive to others. They allow you to be more giving and loving. So never think that anything is wrong with your emotions. On the men's side, I often have men who haven't accessed their emotions, or maybe they've been trained to not really express and feel their emotions. I've had men say the only thing they talk about is emotion is anger, So, what we really want you to be able to do is access your emotions, because joy is an emotion. Happiness is enthusiasm is an emotion. So it's not just sad, it's not just crying. And understand that sometimes women cry even when we're happy. So that's a fun thing. So managing your emotions is going to be an important part of how you communicate in your relationship. Being able to express what your emotion is going to be important. So that's the first E, your emotions. Recognizing, one, that they are a gift, and two, managing them so that you can share what's really going on will help improve your relationship immediately. The second E is your expectation. That's huge. What are you expecting? Are you putting an expectation on your mate where they're doing one thing, but because you expect something else, it's automatically a problem? Are you having any confusion on what's really going on based on what you thought should be going on? Your expectations make a difference. If you expect someone to say, "Oh, honey, I just love you so much," and they say, "Oh, okay," you feel like, hey, they don't even care. Really, though, it's you setting your expectation. So now, if you're setting an expectation, it's usually based on your past experience, and it can set you up to lose. Right now, I'm Dr. Wynn and I make winners. So let's figure out how to stop that, because how you know when you're setting up that losing expectation? Oftentimes, it's the word should. Mm. The word should lets you know there's something that you were expecting that hasn't been met, whether it's he should have known, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have to ask. Whatever it is, it's that word should. That's usually a hint for you to know there's an expectation that you've set, and it may not be the thing that we need to see. So please remember, the word should can be setting you up for a losing situation. So don't shoulda all over yourself. So that's great. I love that. Now, the third key, this one is very important. This one, they say, is next to godliness. This one is the thing that you do. For example, ladies, say you're in the house and you're married and your husband comes in the house. What do you do? Hey, honey, or do you even speak? Are you hugging? Are you kissing? What are you doing? Let me tell you what to do. Gentlemen, say you give a gift. What makes it so much more valuable when you've given that gift? What makes it feel so much better to you? Yes, appreciation, absolutely. But these are three E's, so we want to stay focused. So when you use this is the piece that makes us love dogs, for example. This is the piece that makes us love babies, for example. This piece is when you use enthusiasm. You knew that, huh, Your Majesty?
Yes, ma'am. I follow you very closely.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Enthusiasm is key. When you have enthusiasm, people automatically like you. What is it like for you, Your Majesty, if you see a little baby and that little baby just runs to you and they're so excited to see you? How do you feel about that baby?
I feel so enthusiastic, as you say, but it has to be natural. It can't
Yes,
be fake. You have to naturally be enthusiastic. Just like you had
absolutely.
said, like when you greet a baby, oh my gosh. Just be yourself, I think you need to
Absolutely.
find the enthusiasm in yourself.
Absolutely. And that's what you do. Those three things, you manage your emotions, you check your expectations, and you build and share your natural, honest enthusiasm. Oh, somebody said, "Okay, well, Dr. Wynn, well, how do I even muster up the enthusiasm?" Oh, wait. Oh, okay. It looks like my time is up. So what I'm going to have to do, if you can remind me at the next, just put it down in the chat. If you're following us at Dr. Wynn Global, put it in the chat, or if you're at Courageous Detroit Radio on YouTube or anything like that, put in the chat so I can let you know, how do you muster up the enthusiasm? What do you need to do to really get that enthusiasm going so you can use those 3 E's today and really, really help improve your relationship? Managing your emotions, checking and setting your expectations, and sharing and having your honest enthusiasm. Those are the 3 E's. So I'm super, super excited about that. What about you, Your Majesty? What do you think about those?
I think those are amazing because I believe you also need to check those 3 E's in yourself, your emotions, your enthusiasm, and also where do you fit in that? What are your expectations? What are your
That's right.
expectations of yourself?
That's right. And
And
that's really the only thing you can do is really check for yourself. So I
that's
love
right.
that. That's
That's right.
absolutely right. So let's do this. We have a new segment coming up. And let's talk about this new segment. I'm super excited about it. So if we can take a quick break, we're going to come back and I'm going to introduce this new segment, and then I'm going to give it to Your Majesty so she can just kind of run with and let you know what to do. We'll be right back. Or not. Standing Regional Queens. We are currently reviewing applications, setting telephone interviews, and selecting regional queens from all across the globe. Join us at blackglobepageants.com. We look forward to crowning you, and we want to make sure that you feel beautiful.
Any business can make it with SEMrush. Learn how a free fitness blog started earning 6 figures in 6 months.
With all of this knowledge about SEO and what we can do, it's kind of limitless to what our company can accomplish in the future.
Make it with SEMrush.
All right. We are back. We are back. We are back. So let me introduce the next segment, and then we're going to give it over to Her Majesty, Kim Anderson. So the next segment is called Bringing the Cinnamon. So cinnamon is the spice of life. Well, it's one of the spices. And so often when I get that question, how do we get the spark back? How do we bring back the spice in our relationship? There's a lot of steps to bring in the spice. So sometimes when we get questions, we want to make sure we answer those questions as quickly as possible and as many of them as we can get to. So one of the questions, or a couple of the questions, we're going to be answering today when we bring the cinnamon. So Her Majesty Kim Anderson is going to join us in a few moments, and we're going to bring the cinnamon in our new segment, answering your questions. So if you have any questions, if you have something you want us to answer, if we can, we will answer it right here live on the show, or we'll get to you in your inbox. So make sure you go to drwynnglobal.com, or you can even go to blackglobepageants.com and contact us so that the Queen can answer some questions for you. Now, if you're interested in competing with Black Globe International Pageants, there's going to be some more information on that later on in the show. The Queen will let you know what's going on and where they're going across the globe next. So absolutely outstanding. So you can find across social media at blackglobepageants.com, at Black Globe Pageants on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. So you got plenty of places to look for. And you can even send something to their general email at blackglobepageants@gmail.com, and they can get back to you from there. So right now, we're getting ready to bring up Her Majesty so we can bring the cinnamon. Your Majesty, are you available?
I am. I am. Greetings, beautiful people.
Awesome, awesome. So I am going to get out of the way, but I'm going to give you this question first. You can get started, and then I think you had some other questions that you're going to be bringing the cinnamon with, right? Is that right?
I do. Yes, I do.
All right. So the first question that I had, it was a very interesting question, and give a little bit about your background so they'll know where you're coming from, that you have some experiences. So the question that I had was, what about our bank accounts? So do we have joint accounts? We have separate accounts? What does that look like? So as a woman who has had some experience in the marriage field, I'm going to let you answer that. For me, I do talk to my clients on one-on-one basis when I provide some therapy and some coaching on their relationships. But today, it's not on me. It's on you, Your Majesty. Looking forward to hearing you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Wynn. Dr. Wynn just talked about the three E's: the emotion, the expectations, and also the enthusiasm. Again, I'd like to say that we need to definitely check those things in ourselves. But now, when we're speaking of the finances, Dr. Wynn also has another talk show, and it is the Real Deal Men's Panel, which I have the opportunity of being the host of. One of the things about being a Black Globe International Queen is that Dr. Wynn makes stars. She makes winners. She brings us to stardom. She allows you the opportunity to reign and to let your voice be heard. So on that panel, one of the things that I learned is that a lot of the women had questions. And the question was, what about the finances? Why is it that men have problems if the woman makes more money? And should we have separate bank accounts? So the men answered the question. And what I took away from the previous show from a man's perspective is that a man doesn't mind if a woman makes more money. It's just how she presents herself when she does. And so those kind of tie back into the enthusiasm and also the expectations. So what are you really and truly expecting of yourself and expecting of that man? So now, what about the bank accounts? I've been married more than once, and I've had an opportunity to do it both ways. I personally think what has worked well for me is that by having separate bank accounts, but also you have that emergency account, and you also have the account where you manage your home and your belongings and your finances and everything together. Because I think it's important that each person has that separate bank account where you can spend your money the way you choose, how you like to do it without any explanations to anyone else. So for me personally, I'm not sure how many of you think that, but definitely hit us, and tell us, what do you think? Has it worked for you where you've had separate bank accounts and it worked? Or is it important that you have the same bank account? So I think that that's important also. Now, from the Real Deal Men's Panel, one of the takeaways that I had that's very important, and it speaks again about the emotions, it speaks again about the expectations, and it also speaks about the enthusiasm, is a man's perspective said, you want to make sure that you're with someone who wants you, not someone who needs you. And that ties even into the financial bracket. So I think it's important that you check yourself before you check your mate. And I think it's important that you know what your expectations are of yourself. And in the very beginning of a relationship, wouldn't you agree that we all bring our best representative? And we call that the honeymoon period. Or once that honeymoon period is over, are you still the same person? Is that mate the same person? So I think part of your expectations and enthusiasm for yourself is be true to yourself, who you are and who you're going to continually be. The other thing is that if you're with someone who needs you, well, what happens when their need changes? Does their desire for you change also? And the same thing back to you. So you want to definitely be with someone that you want and not someone that you need. Because ask yourself, if your need changes, then does your need or your desire for that person change? Because we're talking about lives now. So those are a couple of things that I would like to say. And then the spice. Let's talk about the spice of life, right? Well, one of the spices. And that is bringing the cinnamon. What is your spice? How do you spice up your relationship? What's important to you? One of the things for myself is being true to who I am. I know that I'm a nurturer. I know that I'm a giver. I know that I love to please. I know that I love to have fun. And I learned that in relationships, even going in between relationships, sometimes it's good to be still. It's good to be still to find out, again, put those three E's in check: your expectations, your emotions, your enthusiasm. Put those three things in check before you begin to look for a mate. And take your time. Don't rush into making decisions. My experience has shown me that life as before is not the same anymore. COVID-19, I think, wiped the life out of the world. We've all changed. We're not the same anymore. Life as before, it's not the same anymore. I think some of us, we are kind of getting a little used to being by ourselves. I think we also have lost some of our human touch, and we've learned to depend upon ourselves and no one else. And so the need in the relationship, the one in the relationship, the spice in the relationship, all those things have changed. But the way for you to find the spice in your relationship, be true to yourself first. Be still. Have that conversation with yourself. What do you expect? How do you really feel about yourself? And are you ready for a relationship? And how enthusiastic are you about being with someone else, sharing your life and your ideals with someone else? So think about those things. And we're going to take a moment to have a commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to share with you some beauty tips. Awesome. We'll see you on the other side.
Lady, do you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS? Then listen carefully. You may be able to pay the IRS less and save thousands of dollars because right now there are special government tax programs for people like you who owe the IRS. We can even help you if you have unfiled tax returns. And if you qualify, you'll pay less money to the IRS or state. Stop worrying about wage garnishments and bank levies and call the number on the screen right now for a free tax review. We know what you're going through. We help good people like you every day pay the IRS or state less taxes all the time. If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, call now for your free, no-obligation consultation with a tax professional. Don't fight the IRS alone. Call the Tax Ladies team today.
Call the tax lady at 855-325-1720. Call now.
Welcome back to the Dr. Wynn Global Show. My name is Kim Anderson, and I'm your co-host. Dr. Wynn stepped away for the rest of the day, but guess what? You're in good hands. You're with me. Well, I am your reigning 2024 Ms. Black Globe International. I'm your 2023 Ms. Black Globe United States, and I'm a former Ms. Black Arizona. So one of the things about Black Globe International pageants is that Dr. Wynn and the Black Globe International pageant system brings you to stardom. You have an opportunity to host talk shows, to be speakers, to walk out on any stage at any time. And like, as we say, you belong in the room. So when you walk into the room, do you have something that you want to say? Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you want to be noticed? Do you want to make a difference in someone's life? One of my favorite things is about for women, teaching them and showing them and inspiring them to be the best version of themselves, being comfortable in your own skin and knowing who you are and knowing that you have purpose and you were divinely and wonderfully made. So in addition to that, I have also been Coach Kim on TLC's television show, Little Miss Atlanta. So when we're talking about cinnamon in relationships, I've been married more than once. And when we talk about bringing the spice back into the relationship, let's kind of hit on a few of those things before we talk about beauty tips. So the spice in the relationship. So what is that? One of the things I had an opportunity to discuss with men on Dr. Wynn's other talk show, the Real Deal Men's Panel, was what happened to the picnics? Picnic in the bedroom, the going out on the date. Ladies, when is the last time you maybe picked up the bill? When is the last time you surprised him? Gentlemen, when was the last time that you brought flowers? The cinnamon and the spice of the relationship goes back to your enthusiasm. Your enthusiasm about who you are, your enthusiasm about the relationship that you're in, and your enthusiasm about the possibilities that your relationship can go to. So I think it's important that we all step a little bit out of our comfort zone and we get back into remembering why we were wanting to be in a relationship anyway. It's not to be needed, it's to be wanted. And it's also about sharing your life, your happiness, your joy, your sorrows with someone else. So finding the right mate is very important. But remember, keep that spice in it because can't be drab and boring and not knowing what to do. You're going to have to make suggestions. Get out and do things you haven't done in a while. Go shopping together. Go on a bike ride. Guess what? Oh my gosh. I'm in a new relationship and my guy took me kayaking. I'm like, oh my God, speaking of spice, that was amazing. And he took me tubing down the Salt River. I've never been tubing in my life. And guess what? I also have a plan this weekend. He's taking me on Juneteenth weekend. Juneteenth weekend, this weekend and next weekend, we're going to San Diego. So bring back that spice in your life because my guy definitely does bring the spice. And I'm very enthusiastic, as you can tell, and very excited about it. And that's the way you should feel about being in a relationship every day. Even if you're married, you should feel that spice. And don't forget about the foreplay. And now I don't mean anything like that. I'm saying foreplay as in calling each other throughout the day, sending cute little emojis, leaving something out, that's a little note to tell them what to expect later on. So, there's many different ways you can find your spice. And what I would suggest, put it back in your ingredients in your relationship. So now let's kind of move and talk about beauty tips. I modeled for over 30 years and I'm 63 years of age, mother of 5 and a grandmother of 5. And so some of the beauty tips, back in the day, I remember when I was modeling, one of the things that men used to say back in the day was that do something other than sweatpants and rollers in your hair and a t-shirt. Well, we can make sweatpants, rollers in hair, and t-shirt look kind of sexy too. So it depends on how you do it. How do you feel about yourself? Guess what? It ties back to one of Dr. Wynn's 3 E's, the enthusiasm and your expectations. What do you expect when you're walking around the house and you have on a t-shirt and sweatpants and rollers in your hair? Are you wanting him to notice you? Well, there's a lot of things that you can add to that. How about a t-shirt off the shoulder? Sweatpants and the front is rolled down, showing just a little bit of belly. How about, do you have your pedicure done? Your toes done? How about just your face? You don't have to make makeup. Wear makeup. Makeup doesn't make you. Makeup enhances your actual looks. Be comfortable in your own skin. So, when's the last time you treated yourself to a massage? When's the last time you sat back and just read a book, had a cup of coffee, a cup of tea? Because see, all those things are beauty tips because it's about self-care, it's about self-help, and it's about self-health. It's so important that you take care of yourself and that you feel good about yourself, because if you do not feel good about yourself, then what do you expect? You're not going to have the enthusiasm, and no one's going to be enthusiastic about you. No one's going to want to spend time with you. So you've got to find your joy and your spice. What is your cinnamon in just being a woman? What is your cinnamon in just being who you are? We are magnificent and magically and magnificently made creatures. You know that, right? We are special. You have to remember who you are, whose you are, and why you're here. And yes, we would make very good housewives. We make very good moms. We're in corporate America. We are affluent. We're all these different things, and we belong in every room and all the seats at every table because there's so much that we bring. So your beauty tip is take care of yourself. One thing I would like to give you is this. Every single morning, the very first thing I do is I have a bottle of water. I learned that, in the beauty world, we share tips with each other. And one of my queens, her husband is a competitive bodybuilder. And what he shared with me while I was getting ready for the pageant was the very first thing you want to do when you wake up in the morning is you want to drink a bottle of room temperature water. That's the very first thing you want to introduce to yourself. It flushes yourself out. It gets your cells and everything rejuvenated and ready for the day. And I have learned that, yes, people talk about my skin and how well it looks, and they talk about how energetic I feel. And don't forget, my guy, the one that's taking me down kayaking and tubing down Salt River. Well, the other thing he does, he always talks about me being in shape and exercising and trying to be on the same schedule. I never realized how important that is. That is one of the beauty tips also. Make sure that you get up, get those cells moving, get that blood flowing. Be happy about yourself. The most important beauty tip I can ever give you is about self-care. It's not about makeup. Okay, again, self-care. It's not about makeup. You don't need to wear makeup in order to be beautiful. You're already beautiful. And you have to remember that you matter. You're worth it. So take care of yourself. Eat right. Make sure that you're drinking lots of water. Exercise. and find that spice back in your life so that you bring the cinnamon naturally. And yeah, add a little nutmeg. Just saying. Maybe a little butter, some olive oil. Just saying. You trust me. Spice yourself up. And what's your favorite fragrance? What's your favorite lotion? What's your favorite body cream? When you walk in the room, did you leave that aroma behind where he's like, "Ooh, my baby was here"? And the same thing for you, gentlemen. Those rusty feet, you need to put some Vaseline or some lotion on those rusty feet. Yes. What about your spray? When you walk in the room, that she said, "Oh, there's a man in the house." She should be able to trace you through the house and find you by your scent. You think men are predators? Okay. Girls are too. Just saying, from a queen's perspective. So I just wanted to share those things with you. And when we come back, we're going to talk to one of our partners. So I want to take this opportunity to give you a chance to marinate on a few things that I just told you. And we're going to take another commercial break, and I'll see you on the other side.
From the U.S. Med Diabetes Solution Center. If you have diabetes, you know the pain of pricking your fingers. But now, by wearing a small device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce your pain right away. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. So call us right now to see if you qualify for a CGM at little or no cost. U.S. Med. Better service. Better care.
Welcome back to the Dr. Wynn Global Show. My name is Kim Anderson, and I'm your reigning 2024 Ms. Black Globe International and your 2023 Ms. Black Globe United States, as well as other titles. Dr. Wynn was here in the beginning of the show. She will definitely be back next week. But guess what? You're in good hands with me, your co-host, Kim Anderson. I would like to also tell you a little bit before we speak to our sponsors about the pageant that's coming up. We are going to Ghana in December of this year. Women from around the globe will be coming to compete for my title, Ms. Black Globe International. But let me ask, are you interested in being one of our queens? Please visit our website at www.blackglobepageants.com and take a look and see what we're doing and who we are. Learn a little bit more about us. Would you like to enter the room and be seen? Do you have something that you want to say? You feel your voice needs to be heard? Do you believe that you belong in a seat at the table? I've had the opportunity to do some amazing things because Black Globe Pageants brings her queens, its queens, your queens to stardom. And you could be one of them. We are accepting applications for delegates who would like to be considered to be one of our queens. And you can go to blackglobepageants.com, and there's a little form on there you can fill out. So please do that. If you're interested in representing a country, please, if you have any type of affiliation, you went to school there, you served time in the military there, your husband did, your spouse did, your wife did. Is there someone in your family that was born in a different country? There's so many different things that can tie you to a different country. So if you have a country, and of course, don't forget, you have your United States. So we have 3 categories. We have our Miss, M-I-S-S, that's 18 years or better, okay? And then when we get into our Ms. division, that's myself, as your Ms., that's 36 years of age and better, not older, better, because I'm better. I'm 63, and I'm your Ms. That is, you can be married and divorced. As a Ms., you have to be married and divorced, or never married, but definitely the age of 36. And of course, you can have children or not have had children. It's okay. Just remember, 36 or better, and you're not married, you're divorced, widowed, and you can, of course, like myself, I'm divorced and single. Well, kind of, because I'm in a relationship, so a new one. So it has a lot of spice to it that we just talked about a moment ago. And you can see the look on my face. I'm so enthusiastic about it. Yay. Okay, so we're still looking for queens. We're going to take applications until July 31st. So please hurry. We're going to Ghana. So I know you want to be there with us. We're going to do some amazing things. They have so much planned for us when we're coming. There's going to be parades and all kind of gospel fests. And oh my gosh, now sponsors are going to talk to you about that as well. So I'm very excited about doing that. So let's take a moment, if we could. Let's thank our sponsors. If we could speak to Courageous Detroit Network. Yay, Wendy! I love it. Hi, Wendy. How are you? I can't hear you.
Okay, here we go. How's that?
Yay! There
How's
you
that?
are,
Okay.
beautiful. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to see you, Your Majesty.
Yes, my pleasure. Do you feel beautiful?
Oh, I try to every single day, and that tip you gave about the water is
Yes.
really, really important. I'm gonna tell you look quickly what happened to me yesterday. I
Okay.
started feeling hot, and my skin was hot to the touch. And it turned out that I hadn't had any water all day. And I got me a cup of ice water, which you really don't need ice water, but I just had a taste for ice water. I drank that water, I drank a cup of water, I drank a bottle of water, and my body just started to cool down and it went back to the normal temperature to the touch. So water is very important. And that's one thing that I do. I have a bottle of water next to my bed at night. I drink water before I go to bed. I don't drink sodas. I drink one cup of coffee maybe a day, but I eat, get up in the morning, I eat pineapple slices, fresh
Oh,
pineapple.
wow.
I
Nice.
slice it up and I have about two pineapple slices every morning. There's no meat in my diet. I never buy meat at the grocery stores, only fruits and
Oh, wow. That's
vegetables.
exciting. I love
Yeah,
this.
I
Look at you
don't do
taking care of
bread.
yourself.
Yeah, I don't do the sandwich bread. I don't, yeah, no.
That's wonderful. Look at your beautiful skin. And see, that's what I'm speaking of. Yes. Yes. But I would like to tell you though, something I learned. Yes, it is really good to have ice water. Of course, I live in Arizona, so you can only imagine.
Yeah.
However, it takes the body a few minutes to make that water uh, adjust to the body temperature so that it can be absorbed. So your room temperature water is absorbed immediately.
Yeah.
And it's real easy for you to drink it down. So that's so important. Get that whole bottle of water down, and wherever I am, there's my water.
Listen, water is just, I mean, you can live longer with water than you can without food.
Absolutely.
So I mean, but you have to, your body is, what is it, 90% water,
That's
80%
right. Yeah.
water?
Yeah. Exactly.
So
Yep.
it
That's
is
right.
fluids. And think about it, for 9 months of your life, you
That's
lived
right.
in water.
That's right. Yes. And and the other thing that's important too is because when we are just talking about self help and self care and self health, all those three things. The other things you just mentioned that you have pineapple slices every day. Well, the medicinal benefits that are in fruit and the antioxidants and things that we need in our body is very important, especially if we are dehydrated
Yeah.
because we need those nutrients. And my thing that I do every day is I have a Honeycrisp apple every night at bed. So I make sure when I go to bed at night, I put an apple in my system with a bottle of water every night.
And apples are the only fruit or food that your body will digest naturally. It will
That's
break
right.
down the sugars from the fruit and digest it perfectly in your body. So that cliche of an apple a day
That's,
keep the doctor away,
that's right.
it's really true. If you ever
That's
went
right.
through some diabetic dietitian classes,
Hmm.
I went through some trying to lose weight. So they went to this diabetic training, support classes, and they talked about
Yes.
different foods. I wasn't a diabetic, never been a diabetic. At 69, I am
Mm.
69.
Oh my God. Look at your
I have no health illnesses. I am a
beautiful.
11-year cancer survivor, going into 12 years cancer
Amen.
free.
I love that.
So
Thank you, God.
diet is real important. Don't let anybody tell you that stuff is hereditary, diabetes, blood pressure,
Mm.
cancer. None of that is. I don't believe that none of it is hereditary. I believe it's environmental.
Yes.
It's the air, the foods that we eat,
Yes. And
environments that we live
stress.
in.
Your
Stress
environment.
is a major,
Yes.
major factor in
I'd
what
like to
happens.
jump in there with you, Wendy, with that because I was diabetic. I was never diabetic in my younger years. But at a stressful time in my life, when I was not enthusiastic, when I was not happy, when I was not taking care of self, I found out that not only did I have diabetes stage 2, but I also had high blood pressure. One of the things my sister told me once I've always kept is change your mind, change your life.
Yes,
Okay?
yes,
Change your
yes,
mind, change your life. And
yes.
that goes with relationship, with health, with everything. So what I did was I started adding an apple a day. I started adding the water. Wendy, I'm
Mm-hmm.
no longer diabetic. They say if you want to be
See,
diabetic, you can be pre-diabetic, but
see.
my A1C is 5.7.
Yeah,
So I'm
see,
so
that's what I'm
good.
talking about. The doctors want to tell me because I've reached that age where they want me to be at the doctors every month. I told
Yes,
them, you're not a part of my activities. I will
that's
not
right.
be here. So they they want to tell you you're almost pre-diabetic. I say either I
Yeah.
am or I'm not.
Oh, I'm not.
Don't tell me about the rest of the stuff. So no, I don't
I
really
don't
care
have
about that.
time for that.
No, I don't. I really don't. So the whole thing for me is to maintain my health. I want to be healthy. Once I
Mhm.
reach 100, I want to be
Amen.
aware of things. I want to be able to share time with my grandkids and great
That's right.
grands, great greats. By that time, maybe I don't know what God has in store for me, but I definitely want to keep doing this, keep playing the music,
Yes.
listening to the music, keep meeting beautiful people,
Yes.
and you ladies, Miss Black Globe queens are phenomenal
Thank you very
women.
much.
Praises, big ups to Dr. Wynn for coming up with this.
Yes.
How I met her in San Diego. She was doing this, and it's
That's where I
just,
met you.
yeah, you met me in San Diego, but we're celebrating 31 years of Kuba Fest. And this year's the
Nice.
32nd year, and it's all about edutainment,
Hmm.
education through entertainment for
Hmm.
our youth.
I
And
love it.
when you ladies came out and presented yourselves, I'm sure that everybody was just in awe. The young girls, the young men, everyone was look. They couldn't believe it. Authors, book writers,
Yes.
professional women, business teachers, military,
Coaches. Yeah.
yeah, military
Television.
colonels.
Television. Yeah. Everything.
It's like, and the diction is just awesome. Is everything a black queen
Yes, ma'am.
represents. And
Thank you very
I
much.
give big praises to Dr. Wynn for creating this and presenting our black women. Now we're taking it global. We're
Yes.
really going global now.
And oh my gosh, Wendy, when I was crowned Ms. Black Globe United States, I thought that was the epitome. I thought that was it. I never thought of, wait, I am now the reigning Miss Black Globe International.
Yes.
In my category, Wendy, I am the highest ranking African American woman in the world.
Yes. All
It
right.
doesn't get any higher than
Listen.
this.
And
It
who would have
really
thought? Who would have
I
thought? Who
know.
would have thought the little black girl from Detroit
Chicago.
would come up with something this magnitude,
That's right.
and she's a Detroit girl. I'm Detroit,
Yes.
so we connected and we just been supporting each other throughout the years. I think it's going on about 20, almost close to 20 years. But
Wow.
we connected all those years ago and just keep connecting and supporting each other and everything that we do.
Yes.
And
Thank you so
now,
much for being our supporter
oh
as our
man,
executive producer. Thank you so much.
yes, man. I mean, it's just great. Like I said, I love to see you ladies present yourself, and those crowns are magnificent.
The
And
weight of the crown. You see how big it is?
yeah, yes,
It's
yes.
huge.
Yes, what little girl wouldn't want to have a big
I
crown like that.
know.
But and then the way you all present and carry yourselves is just
Amen.
dynamic. It's untouchable. And
Yeah.
again, I big praises to Dr. Wynn
Dr. Wynn,
for her
yes. And
vision.
thank you for that. You touched on something. And one of the other things, other than wearing the crown and the sash, it's not about having the title, it's about what you do with it.
Yes, yes.
Something that's very passionate to me is being able to have that organization or charity that is very close and dear to your heart. And mine is homelessness. So I have some
Um,
things that I want to do, before I get called to glory, and I have a long time to go because I plan on being well into my hundreds as well as far as taking care of myself and being
yes,
enthusiastic about my own life.
yes.
So yes, so I'm very excited about that. But as I speak to the women that are listening to us, and again, I would like to ask: is there a country that you would like to represent? Is there something out there that you want to talk to the world about that's passionate? And Dr. Wynn does bring us to stardom. And guess what? I'm getting ready to write a book. I
Awesome.
am. Yes, I've already met with my
Awesome.
publisher and I'm getting
Yes.
ready to get started on my book. And we have a couple of authors that are queens. We have entertainers. We have women
Listen.
military. We have, oh my gosh,
Yes.
one of our women, she's jumped out of so many airplanes and helicopters. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love, and she's a little bitty
See,
old
what
thing.
I tell you, what you ladies represent the epitome of what
Yes,
a black queen really is. A black woman
yes, ma'am.
really is.
Thank
The
you. And
talents are
etiquette is
there.
very important as well.
Yes, yes,
The
and
way you walk and talk and
yes,
sit
the
and stand. We'll
gracious.
teach you all those things.
Yes, the graciousness, because you don't want that crown slipping to the side or falling to the back. You
It's
got
anchored.
to, yes, when you gotta be able to hold it up high, So,
I
and you don't
know
want
my
that sash falling because you lipping over. But you all are just awesome. Oh, on the July 14th. Yeah, so, so we got some stuff going on here at the station. But
yes.
anyway, I can't wait to see you again when we head out to Ghana
That's what I was
this
gonna ask
year
you. Tell
while
me
we're
about
over there.
Ghana. You're going
Oh
with
man.
us.
Well, Ghana, we're going to be there from December 1st to the 14th.
Hmm.
And they're having a big celebration at that time. Plus, they're also doing a major election at that time. But we will be going over. It's the African diaspora. With the founder was Mr. Rick Allen out of South Carolina, which I also met him back in San Diego. But we're going over. We're taking a whole team over. We're going to have Olympic type sports for the youth in that area. We're taking some American athletes. We're going to have some athletes from Ghana there. We're doing a fashion show. This fashion show is like one of those that I think Tyra Banks has been.
Yes.
Uh, the lady that puts that event on, she does these things overseas.
Yes.
Fashion Week and stuff like she does all these, and she has those type of people that come to these events. So we're looking for them to come to Ghana, and then we're going to be crowning
Yes.
three
And
new
the three new
queens
queens.
this year.
Yes. Miss, Ms., and Mrs.
Yep,
Black Globe International. I'm so excited.
international.
Yes.
Yes, and
I'll
then my
be giving
part.
up my title.
Yeah.
Can't get any higher than this. So
Uh,
from here is to the corporate office.
you'll always be a queen. It's not a
Amen.
word.
But
Yeah.
don't forget about the Gospel Fest, right?
Yeah. Now the Gospel Fest, which is my portion of the African diaspora,
Hmm.
is we're doing a gospel explosion, and we're
Yes.
looking at a lot of people, a lot of guest hosts. I mean, performers,
Hmm.
gospel artists, psalmists, ministries. I want to call it a ministry that they're doing, and we're looking at Ernest Pugh. If you know that
Yes, I
name,
know.
is
Absolutely.
coming.
Yes.
Yes, we have. They just told me there's going to be about 15 people that are going to come from the a cappella choir out of Houston, Texas, and they're called Shady Acres. They are
Oh,
awesome
nice.
a cappella. Yes, awesome.
Oh my
We got
gosh.
Mr. Derek Dabbs, who is going to be our musical director,
Hmm.
as well as I'm looking for him to present his jazz gospel tune called "He Will Take Care of You."
Oh,
We
wonderful.
have we got Sister Peaches all the way out of Washington D.C. coming. We got Lady Leah out of Chicago coming. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to show you her video today. We're gonna have Miss Artima from Detroit. She's got a nice jazzy gospel tune. I'm gonna play that one for us tonight. And then of
Awesome.
course, for this month we are recognizing June is Black Music Month.
Yep.
So you all go out and support. If you're in the Detroit area, there's music all over the
Hmm.
place, everywhere. Go out and support. We just had Dinah Ross here
Oh wow.
on Thursday when
Hmm.
they opened up the new train station here in
Oh
Detroit. It's
good.
like
That's
a
awesome.
Union Station that they reopened. It's been closed for like 30 years, and they reopened it. And they had the grand opening on Thursday, and Miss Dinah Ross was here. Big
That's
Sean, yeah, they had quite a few people for that event on Thursday. And then we're here at Courageous Detroit Network, the Courageous
hmm.
Detroit Radio. We have Courageous Detroit, Courageous Games, which we
Oh
help
good.
we help sponsor youth, Detroit youth, in participating in our sporting activities. We have track and field, we got baseball, football, basketball,
Oh awesome.
swim. We got all of that. And then one of our owner personalities is looking at doing a golf tournament next year.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I've always wanted to play
Yes.
golf. I love golf. It's
Oh,
one of
well,
the most
you
intellectual
have to
sports there is.
come. You gotta come, and we'll get Stephanie to give you a crown so you can
Yes,
roll
that would be
do your
awesome.
royal
We have to do
ways.
that. We have to talk about that.
Yes, so
Yes,
we'll
I
put
love
that
that.
together. We'll put that together. But that's going to be for next year. So we got some great stuff going on here at Courageous Detroit Network, Courageous Detroit
And
Radio.
Wendy, I also wanted to add this is going to be a very exciting 2 weekends.
Hmm.
So, first of all, this is a weekend going into Juneteenth weekend. And
Yes,
also coming up, coming this weekend, we have Father's Day.
yes,
Yes. And then it's Music Month.
yes, yes,
So I would like to encourage everyone, get out and be a part of Juneteenth. And if nothing else, go to one of the festivities. And for the children who aren't aware of Juneteenth, please educate them, each one teach one. And let's make sure that as a whole, as a people, that we are out and we're celebrating.
for
I
sure.
am going to be performing my talent that I did in one of the pageants. It's a piece that it's called Cry Freedom, and it is a dramatic poetic piece. So I'll be going through different costumes and going through history as different people, and I'm very excited about that.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yes,
That sounds really nice. But yeah,
thank you.
our station owner is the Grand Marshal for our Juneteenth celebration here in Detroit.
Wow.
And we're hosting our first fundraiser on the 22nd here for Courageous Games. And Father's Day, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Pierce, who was an ex NFL football player from Cleveland Browns, he's being honored on Father's Day in
Oh,
Long
good.
Judge Maybelline's honoring unsung fathers.
Wow, I love it.
Her foundation provides scholarship funds for
Mm-hmm.
youth. And Mr. Pierce, I worked with him when I was in San Diego when he was the secretary for the NFL Retired Players of San Diego.
Oh,
He
nice.
since became president.
Okay.
And he's singing with the NFL choir. If you
Wow,
see him.
that's amazing.
Yeah, so he's my bud. That's my bud. He
Well,
got
I know that you
nominated
have
for
some
that.
things that you want to play for us and some things you want
Yes.
to tell the
First,
audience.
for in honor of Black History Month, I would love to play Miss Artima "Walk by Faith." You're gonna love her. She's awesome. She's an awesome musician. So y'all stay tuned, stay locked. We'll be right here. Be back. Love you, Queen. See you in a few minutes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We'll see you in a
All right.
second.
Lord, I know that you're working. Lord, I know that you're moving. Lord, I know you're working it out for me. I can feel the anointing flowing. I can feel the fresh wind blowing. Lord, I know you're working it out for me.
Wow, what an amazing testimony for me. And I would like to tell you, Wendy, when I won my first pageant, my question was, other than being successful in my marriage and my career, what else did I want? And I said I wanted to be one of the most powerful women in the world. And look at me now. So you're speaking of walking by faith and also by believing. So I would just want to again thank our sponsors, and that is Detroit Network, Courageous Detroit Network, and also like to thank Wendy for your time with us and all of the things that you have said. But I know you were busy there for a second, Wendy, but one of the beautiful things is that song that I just heard.
Yeah.
And that's all I have is my faith. That's all I have. And
Yes.
so walking by faith brought this. It
Yes.
brought this. And
Yes.
so it's very important also, as we were talking on the show about the three E's, your emotions and just everything about making sure that you are enthusiastic and what are your expectations. It also ties right back into walking by faith
Yes. For
and
sure.
standing on your faith, because you have got to first find out who you are
Yes.
and know whose you are
Yes.
before you can want to spend your time in your life with someone else.
Well, it's by faith that any of us do anything because
Yes,
we have to believe that whatever it is that we're undertaking or seeing or want or desire, that faith is going to make it happen, that we can be able to obtain it or get it.
exactly.
Whatever it is, that we have to be faithful with ourselves and
That's
definitely
right.
faithful to the Most High. Whatever
Absolutely. Yes.
so yeah, so definitely faith is a bigger thing. Even in the Bible it says if you had the faith the size of a mustard seed.
You can move mountains.
Woo! Yes, anything.
Yes.
So
And the
faith
other
is
thing too I
real
wanted to
important.
say is, you know what? He didn't say it would be easy, but
No,
it'll be worth it.
never. No.
And that's one of the things that my significant other always reminds me is that it may not be easy, but it's definitely going to be worth it. And see how enthusiastic I am even speaking about a new relationship that I'm in.
Yes, that's awesome.
You have to work at keeping that together. And
Yes.
once we're off the air, I'm going to San Diego. So hello.
All
I'm
right.
so
All right. I heard about
excited.
your excursion you're going to be doing. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome
So I'm
stuff.
very, very happy.
That's
Yes.
awesome stuff to be able to want to do those things and still have the capability to do it. Even though we're now what they consider seniors,
That's
but
right.
we're it's a whole different time now for us as for people. So women
63
are
kayaking and tubing down Salt River.
listen.
Shooting. Are you kidding me
I
right
love it. I would do it in a heart. I would do it. That's not a problem. I would do it. Yeah, let's go.
now? Water, exercise,
Yes,
apples,
let's go.
pineapples. Go sleep. Wake
Let's
up. Get
go.
ready.
We gotta sleep. Okay. But it's been great talking to you today,
You
Your
too.
Majesty, and you deserve everything that title is giving you.
Thank you very
Because you've worked very hard all your life to
much. Yes,
get
ma'am.
to where you are. You've been faithful to your craft, to
Yes,
yourself,
ma'am.
to God, to your
Yes,
family,
ma'am.
your community, and
Ma'am.
it's awesome. I just thought you two ladies when I met you all last summer were just fantastic, phenomenal. I was like, and then I've spoken, interviewed some of the queens prior to you
Mhm.
all receiving your crowns, and they were just dynamic,
Thank you.
And I was like,
There's some amazing
what are
women.
you doing? They
Yes.
were amazing. But I know we're coming up on our time, so
Yes.
what else you want to give us before we head out? I'm gonna take us out with Lady Leah. I'm yours. When we end the show, but it's been great talking to you. It's always great. I'll be looking forward to seeing you next week. Your
Thank
smiling
you.
face next week, and
And I
Dr.
just want to remind our viewers to please reach us out on www.blackglowpageants.com. You can also reach Dr. Wynn at the Dr. Wynn Global Show. She's the host, and so you can contact her at Dr. Wynn. Let me see. There it is, drwynglobal.com. Yes. So
Yeah,
make sure that you reach out. If there's a question that you have, reach out. If
yeah,
you want to be one of our queens and you would like to be interviewed, please go on to www.blackpageants.com and fill out the form. Someone from corporate office will be giving you a call, and we'd love to see you going to Ghana with us. The deadline for all delegates is July 31st.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Your
Thank
Majesty.
you, Wendy.
And we're gonna yes, don't forget that royal wave, But y'all, it'll be great to see you all next week. Dr. Wynn, I said hi, love her very
I
much,
will.
and I look forward to seeing you next Saturday
Yes,
at
ma'am.
8 o'clock
Yes,
Pacific,
ma'am.
10 o'clock Central, and 11 o'clock Eastern.
And
Love you
follow us on
all.
all social media live.
Yes, live. And if you want to reach the radio station, we're at www.courageousdetroitradiostation.com.
Awesome.
Reach out. We got some great music, so make sure you tune in to the radio station. We playing some great stuff. Love you all. Love you very much. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of it. Enjoy that water.
Amen.
When I was in the world, I did what my friends told me. Yeah, yeah. Did what my flesh said to do. Gave